Hello friends, it's Lisa and welcome to my bullet journal setup for the month of August. So this month I decided to do a cute little strawberry theme. I love strawberries. They might be my favorite fruit. It's a bold statement. There's a lot of great fruits. But they're definitely up there. They definitely are some of my favorite fruits. So I thought it would be a fun, summery bright theme. And also I have done a strawberry theme before. I want to say it was back in 2020. Maybe 2021, but I think it was 2020, and it was very different from this. I kind of digitally drew strawberries and used them as stickers. I printed them out and used them as stickers, and they were like smoothies. This is more just straight up strawberries, and I just thought it would be fun to kind of recreate and do it a little bit differently. So first, with this main title page for the month, I'm starting by drawing the carton that the strawberries are going to be in, the fresh picked strawberries, and it's kind of like that greenish blue carton that a lot of strawberries come in. I thought I would draw them in that, and then I'm just drawing strawberries in the carton and one outside of it. And for the actual strawberries, I'm using a lot of shades of green for the little leaves at the top of the strawberries, as well as a lot of shades of red to color them in. I wanted there to be a little bit more dimension, a little bit more realistic looking. I didn't want them to all just be one solid color. So I will have all of the supplies that I use, as well as the specific markers and colors that I'm using, linked in the description in case you're wondering about what colors I use. But I think the kind of different shading and different colors just makes it look a little bit more realistic, I suppose. But I also do like to do the kind of messy, sketched out sort of look with the drawings, because I think when it's intentionally messy, it can look better. It can look like you were trying to not make them perfect, and that's what I like. If you try to make the drawings look too perfect, it's very obvious when they aren't, at least in my opinion, as someone who is not always the best at drawing things. But anyway, did that kind of messy look, wrote August on the bottom, and then that was it for the title page. So next we're moving on to the calendar, and for this the boxes I think are 6x6 dot grid boxes, in case anyone is wondering. I feel like this type of calendar, this size, really fills up the pages well. So I just start by drawing the boxes for the actual calendar, and then I go in with the different shades of red that I was using to color in the strawberries and create that sort of border up at the top, that kind of header, and that is where I will write the number for the day of the month. I thought about using the greens as well for the headers for the numbers of the days of the month, but I thought kind of alternating between red and green, it would look a little bit too Christmassy. So I really tried to be strategic about when I use the reds and the green markers. But once the actual calendar is done, I decided to fill up some of the empty space surrounding it with, of course, some strawberries. So I create a little vine of the plant that they grow off of, and just kind of put some strawberries along the little vine and have them look like they're growing off, ready to be picked, And yeah, I just draw the strawberries again, kind of in that messy sort of way, and color them in, and then write August up at the top. And then in the bottom space I also add some washi tape, just because I have so much washi tape and I feel like I never use it, and also there was an empty space, so figured that was the best way to use that. And while I finish up drawing and coloring in these strawberries, I thought we could chat about August and what's coming up and what's going to be happening for me. And also I would love to know what plans you have in August. Anything exciting coming up, I'd love to know. But August is the month of my birthday. Very exciting. I'm turning 25, which kind of stresses me out a little bit. I definitely am going to have a quarter life crisis. I feel like I've been having one, but that's besides the point. And it's also the last year where I have a Taylor Swift song that references my age for a little while, so I gotta really enjoy that while I can. So yeah, excited for my birthday, even though getting older does kind of scare me a little bit. But I do have some fun concerts as well happening in August. I'm seeing 5 Seconds of Summer and also the Jonas Brothers, even though I'm technically not supposed to know that I'm seeing them. I'm seeing them on my birthday, which is the birthday I share with Joe Jonas, by the way. And I think it was supposed to be a surprise, but my sister told me, so my mom thinks I don't know, but I know I'm seeing them. Either way though, I'm very excited. I like it better now that I know that it's happening, that I can mentally prepare. And it's something to look forward to. So I think that'll be a fun way to celebrate my birthday and also Joe Jonas's birthday. But yeah, would love to know if you have any fun plans happening in August as well. We can chat about that below. But after the calendar spread, I started working on my habit tracker. So this month I decided to do kind of a habit tracker on the top and a mood tracker on the bottom, just something a little bit different. I feel like I go back and forth on if I like mood trackers, if I want to use them, if I don't want to use them. So I thought this might be a good month to try it out again. But for the habits and the habit tracker, I'm just creating 6 boxes for each of the habits that I want to track, and I'm kind of setting it up like a little calendar. I will just mark it off on the actual like little dot grid box when I do that habit, and I just made the boxes and colored them in with the different shades of like pink and red. Just a little bit more color on the page, especially with the mood tracker right now being all black and white. Obviously, eventually, at the end of the month, the mood tracker will be filled in, but right now, it's just kind of black and white drawings of these strawberry vines. I just did a bunch of vines, drew a bunch of strawberries, or 31 strawberries to be exact, and each day, I will color in a different strawberry depending on my mood that day. So I do go in and number each strawberry as well, so I know which strawberry correlates with each day of the month, but I did create a little key under the little moods header, and I use 4 different shades of like reds and pinks to kind of correlate with my different moods. I decided to make like the darkest color my like happiest mood because I wanted my like happier days and my better moods to stand out more. So I started with the darker colors as the happier moods and then went to like the light pink for my not so great days. And I'm excited to fill this in. I think it'll be fun to see it fill up throughout the month, and I think also like I can use a couple different colors if I'm in between shades for my mood that day and kind of do the shading thing. I don't know, I think it'll be fun to fill in and also interesting to track. Like I said, I go back and forth on if I like mood trackers or not. Sometimes I find them helpful, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I like forget to fill them out. So we'll see how it goes this month. Maybe it's something I will continue to include. I don't know. I think this is going to be one of those things where some months I want it and some months I don't. Oh, I forgot that it's not completely black and white. I do color in like the vines and like the top of the strawberries with the green shades, just so it has that already done, and then I just need to fill in the actual strawberries with like the red and pink colors depending on my mood that day. But yeah, I think it'll be a fun thing to see fill up, and hopefully I keep up with it this month. And after I finish drawing and coloring in those strawberries and the vines and labeling them for each day of the month, I do go in and add some more washi tape on this spread as well, just to kind of add that to this page, keep it kind of cohesive. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this spread. I'm excited to try it out. I feel like this is also a pretty different layout from what I typically do for my habit tracker as well. I normally just put my habits on one side. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta switch it up and make it a little bit more interesting for yourself with your bullet journals. That's what I find. I feel like I need to switch it up occasionally. But yeah, I think that that's it for my habit tracker and mood tracker page. So I will just let you watch me continue to color everything in. So moving on to the next page, this is going to be my playlist page. So this is where I keep track of all of the music that I add to my currently listening playlist on Spotify for the month of August. I'm so excited to see what kind of music I'm listening to this month. I know with Heartstopper Season 2 coming out in August, I just know that the soundtrack for Season 2 is gonna be so good. The first season, all of the songs that were included in the first season were everything. Like, I listen to the playlist with the soundtrack all the time. So excited to see what songs from Season 2 I end up loving, but I just wrote playlist up at the top, created this messy box around the strawberries on the bottom just to kind of bring the theme in to the playlist page, but then that's pretty much it. Kept it pretty simple. But now we're moving on to the final spread I'm setting up in today's video, which is my first weekly spread. I decided to do this kind of scattered sort of look. It's not very structured. I just created 6 little headers, 6 red headers for each day of the week, and then 1 for both days in the weekend. And I just kind of wanted to do that sort of scattered look. I haven't done this in a while. I feel like I've been doing the structured like boxes for each day of the week. This is just like a fun, different way of doing a weekly spread that I haven't done in a while. And so I decided to do that. Drew some strawberries just kind of scattered around the page just to bring a little bit of the theme in. I also add some washi tape eventually as well, but I like to also keep my weekly spreads pretty blank and pretty open, so I have plenty of space to write down the actual things that I have to do. But that is my first weekly spread, and I'm planning on doing all of the other weekly spreads kind of in a similar sort of setup. But that is going to be it for my August bullet journal setup. So here's a flip through of how all of the spreads turned out. I'm really happy with it, and I think using the bright reds and pinks is going to be fun to fill out throughout the month. But I would love to know if you set up a bullet journal this month, what theme you decided to go with. But other than that, I think that is going to be it for this video. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one.